Let's move on to some questions on Chinese cooking from our readers and some of our listeners. Emily has a question for us. I went to a new Chinese carrot restaurant and the chef was incredible. I'd never seen into the kitchen of a Chinese restaurant before. I was wondering why the cooking range and wok was filled with water and why is there steam coming out of the spigot or faucet?
You may see the spigot or faucet with an arm usually installed just on top of the wok for cleaning after the cooking. The heat is so intense that it also heats up the spigot, causing steam from it. It may also have residue water after the last usage. Some of the kitchen may have water constantly running at the front edge of the wok to keep the wok area cooler, since the wok is constantly in use in the restaurants.
Okay, now Steve has a question. I've spent some time in Thailand and enjoyed cooking those cuisines. Now I'm getting interested in cooking Chinese food. There seems to be quite an acceptance that ready-made commercial sauces are fine, but that feels weird to me. I've never dreamed of making Thai tom yum soup with a mix from a jar. Do Chinese people use ready-made jars or tinning sauces? I've got a recipe for char siu, which is a whole host of ingredients. And then it says at the end, or use ready-made char siu sauce or marinate for an hour before roasting. To be honest, I'm not going to be bothered by getting a hold of Chinese malt ingredients and other ingredients as well, if the ready stuff is made already and ready to go to be used. So basically, in summary, he's asking whether or not would it be better to use making your own sauces with ingredients, or would it be better to buy it in a jar?
There are many ready-made sauces available in the Asian market, and some of them are very good. Others are very poor. If you are a normal 9-to-5 job person, it seems to be a lot of work to put all of these ingredients together. You can go to the market and ask about the sauce you are buying. Some of the storekeepers are very knowledgeable about the product they are selling. However, I would prefer to make my own using the raw sauces and to my taste. You can adjust the taste to your liking if spending a little time to make it yourself. In the long run, it's the best to learn how to cook since you'll be eating for the rest of your life.
Here's a question from a student we have here. My dad is on a low salt, sodium, and also on a no MSG diet. Lately, he has been craving for Chinese food. I like to cook some low salt, sodium food, but it seems that there are not a lot of options at most Chinese restaurants. Do you have any ideas or recipes for Chinese food which use little or no salt?
First, MSG is a flavor enhancer for food, and some people are sensitive to it. As a replacement, you can use a substitute such as concentrated meat broth or a product called Maggi sauce, which is a hydrolyzed vegetable protein. Second, if you are cooking Chinese food and a recipe calls for a light or dark soy sauce, you can substitute with low sodium soy sauce, such as Pansy low sodium soy sauce, Kikkoman light soy sauce, and finally dilute a regular soy sauce with some broth, using 1 teaspoon of regular soy sauce with 1 teaspoon of meat broth, and it is far less salt per volume.
Here's a question from Adrian. How do Chinese people use wok pans when making food, and why do they not use regular pans? Also, what's the difference between a wok from another pan? Why does a wok is used for Chinese cooking?
The wok design has a larger and higher curvature than the regular pan. Chinese cooking require higher heating source. When you place an ingredient into the heated wok with oil, it will splatter oil all over. A carbon steel wok is highly recommended for Chinese stir-fry cooking. It can be heated to 1800 degrees so that you can quickly seal the vitamin into each piece of food that you are cooking.